Welcome to the Word 2010 Running Start web presentation. The purpose of this video is to help you get acquainted with some of the new features in Word 2010. In this presentation, we'll also explore some of Baruch's intranet resources available to you to help you become expert in using Word and other Office 2010 applications. Finally, we'll go over some email security tips to help you avoid getting spammed or scammed. Let's take a look at the Word 2010 interface. At the top of the screen, you'll notice the large ribbon. The ribbon contains functions that are seen in the earlier versions of Word, but they're logically grouped here, and they change according to the tabs you select. Each tab has its own ribbon. In addition, the very first tab, the shaded tab, leads you to the Backstage view, where you can perform file management functions, modify document permissions, examine document statistics, and set program-wide options. This is where you set up your spell check, autosave, customize your ribbon, and your quick access toolbar. If this screen looks familiar, this used to be located at the bottom of the Tools menu in previous versions of Word. To exit the Backstage view, press Escape on your keyboard or click on any other tab above the ribbon. Do you need more screen area? More document space to work on your text? You can also collapse the ribbon by double-clicking any of the tabs or by single-clicking the chevron on the right side of your screen right next to the Help button. Now you try it. In addition to the 8 standard tabs that appear above the ribbon, Microsoft Office 2010 comes with contextual tabs which appear on an as-needed basis. With contextual tabs, Microsoft has eliminated the need to search for commands that are only needed at certain times, and has brought those commands to the forefront, making them easier to find. These contextual tabs expose functionality only to the currently selected object. If you're working on a graphic, the contextual tab needed for that graphic item will appear. If you select text, the contextual tab is no longer needed, and it disappears. Once you select an area outside of the table or the shape, the contextual tabs disappear. The Quick Access toolbar is a customizable toolbar that's used to store frequently used commands and features. Each Office 2010 program has its own Quick Access toolbar, so the commands you add to Word won't appear in Excel, Access, or Visio. You can add your own commands unique to your needs in those programs. To modify the features and commands on the Quick Access toolbar, press the More button on the right side of the toolbar. This will generate a drop-down where you can choose commonly used features. Let's add some commands to the Quick Access toolbar. Since I'll be opening files, printing them, spell checking them, and closing them, I'll add all those features to the buttons up here. By pressing the More button, I see a drop-down of commonly used features that are usually added to the Quick Access toolbar. I'll add Open, I'll add Print Preview, and I'll also add the spell checker. However, I don't see the word close here. I'll have to go to More Commands and see if I can add it from this list here. These are the list of commands that I can add to my Quick Access toolbar, and on the right, this is my current configuration. Everything I've already added appears up here. I don't see close, so I'll have to go up and change my setting to show all commands available. And once I've done that, I can quickly jump down to the letter C by typing it on my keyboard and choosing the close command right here. I'm going to double click to bring it to the right, and I now have the close command added to my Quick Access toolbar. If I want to reconfigure where my buttons are positioned, all I do is highlight the button and press the up or down arrow key to reposition my commands. And this is just the way I like it. And here it is. my Word 2010 Quick Access Toolbar. Excel, Access, Visio, and other Office 2010 programs have their own unique toolbars, and you can configure them just as you did here. Now you try it. The next screen element that's new in Word 2010 is the Dialog Box Launcher. This button is located in the lower right-hand corner of some of the groups on the ribbon. The font group, for one, contains a Dialog Box Launcher, which, when pressed, generates this dialog box. Does this look familiar? It should. It's the same font dialog box that's been with Windows since the early days. Yes, there's some new additions and some enhancements, but for the most part, the layout remains the same. How you got there was different. In Word 2010, your dialog boxes remain the same, but how you arrived at them has changed. You now get at them by using the ribbon or buttons on the ribbon, rather than clicking a menu. The navigation pane takes the place of the document pane found in earlier versions of Word. To turn on the navigation pane, go into the View tab, into the Show group, and check the box marked Navigation pane. Now you can jump from section to section in the document by clicking the headings. You can also go to individual subsections by clicking their headings. If you need to move sections around, simply drag and drop. And as easily as you drag the major sections, you can also drag subsections and manipulate them within the document. Searching within the document can also be done in the navigation pane. Type in your search word, and the highlighted words will appear in the document, and the sections they appear in will also be highlighted on the left. To scroll to the next searched item, press the down arrow. Even with the improvements in Word 2010, there are still some things that have remained the same. The title bar is still the top bar of the screen, and in the application, the status bar remains the same. Well, not exactly. What you can do is you can customize your status bar by right-clicking it and selecting any of the options or deselecting any of the pre-selected options listed. When you're ready to take the next step and become more proficient in Office 2010, Baruch has the Intranet resources ready for you. Videos, quick reference guides, question and answer sheets, and more are available on the Intranet. If you'd like to access the Office 2010 resources that Baruch has, go to the home page and click on the technology link. You'll arrive at the BCTC homepage, and in that area you'll find a heading called News. It's there where you'll see Microsoft Office 2010 listed, and once inside that page, toward the middle, you'll find questions and answers, in-person training course schedules, training videos, and quick reference guides. If there's something you'd like that you don't see, contact the help desk by email at helpdesk@baruch.cuny.edu or call 646-312-1010. The final topic of our presentation is email and network best practices, or how to avoid having your email getting flagged as spam by the recipient. We've had reports at our help desk of people sending out perfectly legitimate emails and yet it not arriving at the destination. On further inspection, we find that the people who were sending out emails were inadvertently putting in trigger words which were getting shunted by the recipient's domain. Spam filters work on the basis of trigger words. They look for words in emails like Viagra, or donation please, or Nigeria. And once these words are detected in an email, the email gets blindly sent into the spam folder. where it sits, sometimes for days, before anyone actually looks at it and sees if it's a legitimate message or not. We recommend you avoid sending emails with taglines, quotes, or donation pleas. No one's selling Viagra at Baruch, so that's not an issue. Next, we'd like you to use standard email stationery and signatures. Another common denominator of spam is that there are large graphic files in them. If you need to send a large graphic file or a large file of any kind, zip it and then send it. Use a standard email signature, such as you see here. It simply consists of your name, your position, your address, and phone number. If you're filling out forms online, make sure before you type in your Social Security number, you know where it's going to. Sharing passwords, not a good idea. Don't do it. Soon, the college will be implementing a 20-minute lockout on inactive sessions, meaning if you walk away from your PC for more than 20 minutes, you'll be asked to log back in when you arrive back at your desk. Finally, take the CUNY Security course. This is an online class which gives you tips, tricks, and traps of file, network, and hardware security. That concludes our web presentation. Thank you for your kind attention, and if you have any questions or comments, please contact the help desk at Baruch.